1. Penguins trade targets, Chinakhov and price. What you need to know. 2. Yegor Chinakhov trade request, why the Avalanche should act now. 3. Yegor Chinakhov requests trade from Blue Jackets, what's next? 1. Penguins trade targets, Chinakhov and price. What you need to know. Imagine the Pittsburgh Penguins bolstering their roster with 2 fresh faces. That's the exciting prospect on the horizon, but these potential acquisitions couldn't be more different in their circumstances. On a Thursday that stirred the hockey world, Russian agent Shumi Babayev took to X to air some grievances, revealing that Yegor Chinakhov is eager to leave Columbus due to a clash with coach Dean Evason. The Columbus Blue Jackets, despite the heart-wrenching loss of Johnny Gaudreau last August, tragically hit by a drunk driver while cycling, managed to exceed all expectations last season, staying in the playoff race until the final stretch. However, Chinakhov, at just 24 years old, played a limited role in this remarkable journey. A back injury sidelined him for 39 games, and he was benched for several more as a healthy scratch. Ultimately, he appeared in only 30 games, netting 8 goals and 7 assists. So, why the desire to leave? Perhaps the young winger, known for his elite hands and offensive prowess, dreams of lining up alongside a seasoned Russian center. Chinakhov, Columbus's first-round pick in 2020, 21st overall, seems tailor-made for the Penguins. He's young, brimming with potential, and his NHL career is still in its infancy. Now, with tensions rising between him and his current team, the fit seems almost too perfect. This scenario echoes the situation with Philip Tomasino, whom the Penguins snagged last November for a modest 4th-round pick. While Chinakhov's skill set and potential outshine Tomasino's, his stats in 175 games, 34 goals and 71 points, suggest there's room for growth. Columbus GM Don Waddell didn't mince words when addressing the public trade request. When he came back from injury, he wasn't the Chinakhov we expected, and he ended up being a healthy scratch, Waddell told The Athletic. That's how it goes. He couldn't handle that. Waddell acknowledged discussions with other teams and was aware of the trade request before it went public. His response to the agent was blunt: "I'm not trading him just because you say so." The situation is undeniably tense and ripe for a bold move. Columbus aims to build on last season's impressive 40-33-9 record and 89 points, just 2 points shy of a playoff berth. The Penguins, armed with a plethora of draft picks, seem well positioned to make a move for Chinakhov. Or, if Columbus is thinking big, the Penguins also have valuable veteran assets to offer, including a 3-time Norris Trophy-winning defenseman, a goalie, or a top-scoring winger. Now, let's shift gears to trade target number 2, Carey Price. The Penguins are in dire need of a starting goalie, right? Well, Price is currently on long-term injured reserve and effectively retired, but the Montreal Canadiens are still on the hook for his $7.5 million salary this season. On September 1st, a $5 million bonus is due, reducing his paid salary to $2.5 million. Montreal would greatly benefit from shedding this dead weight from their cap structure. Colleague Mark Dumont outlined why it makes sense for Montreal to move Price. It's all about cap flexibility, as they aim to compete this season. If swallowing $3.5 million costs a second-round pick, what might $7.5 million, with $2.5 million owed, be worth? Probably a similar, if not slightly higher, price. Only a few teams can handle such a financial burden. The San Jose Sharks and Anaheim Ducks are under the cap, but Anaheim's small market constraints and desire to win likely rule them out unless Montreal sweetens the deal. That leaves San Jose and the Penguins in the running. Enough with the Crosby speculation. Sidney Crosby has repeatedly and unequivocally stated he's not leaving the Penguins. Sure, there might be a scenario in the next 2 seasons where things deteriorate so badly that even Crosby would consider an exit. It's a remote possibility, at best. Crosby committed to this team, understanding the challenges ahead. General Manager Kyle Dubas has been transparent with Crosby about the team's plans. Despite some contrary claims, Crosby's intentions are clear: he's in it for the long haul. After the trade talk escalated in January, reporters were poised to ask Crosby the same question again after a practice in San Jose. A Penguins team source discreetly informed a few reporters, including PHN, to drop the subject. Crosby isn't considering it, he's getting annoyed by the constant inquiries, so let's not waste our breath. Crosby has faced this question. 2. Yegor Chinakhov trade request: why the Avalanche should act now. Imagine landing a former first-round pick with a complete, two-way game and untapped offensive potential. Sounds like a dream scenario, right? But here's where things get interesting. Yegor Chinakhov reportedly wants out of Columbus, and the Colorado Avalanche have a golden chance to swoop in and make a savvy move. According to Aaron Portzline of The Athletic, Chinakhov's agent recently took to social media to announce his client's desire for a trade, citing a misunderstanding with Blue Jackets head coach Dean Evason as the catalyst. Columbus GM Don Waddell didn't seem shocked by the request, noting that Chinakhov struggled with being a healthy scratch after returning from a back injury and not performing up to expectations. Now, the Blue Jackets are fielding offers, but only if the price matches Chinakhov's perceived value. This is where the Avalanche come into play. There's a long-standing connection between Colorado GM Chris McFarland and his former organization in Columbus. Since joining the Avalanche in 2015, McFarland has frequently brought in players and coaches from the Blue Jackets, sometimes leveraging old relationships, but also simply because some GMs have preferred trading partners. For Colorado, Columbus is often that team. Just this summer, the Avalanche and Blue Jackets completed a notable trade involving Miles Wood and Charlie Coyle. Could another deal be on the horizon? The timing couldn't be better. Chinakhov, standing at 6 feet 1 inch and weighing 201 pounds, was selected 21st overall in the 2020 NHL Draft. Last season, he posted 7 goals and 15 points in 30 games, following a 16-goal, 29-point campaign in just 53 games the year before. He's a left-shooting right winger with a powerful shot and proven power play experience, exactly the kind of player who could thrive in a new environment. If the Avalanche can acquire him without giving up too much, Chinakhov could be the perfect reclamation project, a low-risk, high-reward gamble with the potential to fill a top-6 forward role. And this is the part most people miss. Colorado's recent track record with reclamation projects is mixed. While attempts with players like Oliver Kylington, Erik Brannstrom, and Casey Mittelstadt haven't panned out, the same front office struck gold with Valeri Nichushkin, Devon Taos, Arturi Leikonen, and Andrei Burakovsky, all key contributors to the 2022 Stanley Cup win. Of course, there's no guarantee Chinakhov will become a star in Colorado. But what if he does? For a team in need of young, dynamic talent up front, this is an opportunity that rarely comes along. So, should the Avalanche take the plunge and pursue Chinakhov? Or is this just another risky bet that could backfire? Let us know your thoughts. Do you see Chinakhov as a future difference maker, or is this a move Colorado should avoid? The debate is on. 3. Yegor Chinakhov requests trade from Blue Jackets. What's next? Yegor Chinakhov seeks trade from Blue Jackets amidst coach disputes. Columbus, Ohio. Yegor Chinakhov, a first-round draft choice from 2020, has found his early career with the Columbus Blue Jackets marred by injuries and now seeks a trade, as confirmed by the team on Thursday. This request came to light following a social media update from Chinakhov's agent. In a post on X, Chinakhov's agent, Shumi Barbayev, seemed to relay the player's sentiments. "I experienced some misunderstandings with the coach throughout the season. At this point, I would welcome a trade. I am eager to relocate. Will I return to Russia? As long as I can continue playing in the NHL, I will focus on my development here." Interestingly, this trade request was not unexpected for Blue Jackets general manager Don Waddell. "I was taken aback that agent Shumi Barbayev chose to make this public," Waddell shared with The Athletic. "However, I am not surprised by the trade request itself, as we have had discussions about it. After returning from a back injury last season, he struggled to perform, and his relationship with coach Dean Everson deteriorated. I informed Barbayev that Chinakhov holds value. I am in talks with other teams. However, I will not simply trade him because of a request." Barbayev opted not to provide any comments when reached by The Athletic. Chinakhov expressed, "I had some misunderstandings with the coach during the season. Now I would be glad to have a trade. I would like to move to a different location. Will I return to Russia? As long as I can play in the NHL, I will keep developing here." It is worth noting that Barbayev may have been paraphrasing Chinakhov from an interview featured in Thursday's edition of Sport Express, a Russian sports publication. In this interview, which The Athletic translated using Google, a dialogue unfolded between Chinakhov and Sport Express correspondent Alexei Shevchenko. "Shevchenko, I sense that you would accept a trade to another team without much fuss." Chinakhov, "I would actually be quite happy, I suppose." Shevchenko, "Is this due to the accumulation of issues? Considering all the unsuccessful phases and misunderstandings with the head coach?" Chinakhov, "Yes, all of it combined. I want to change my environment." Shevchenko, "Does it matter which team?" Chinakhov, "Not particularly. There is a difference, but the key is that it works out well." Throughout his first 4 seasons in the NHL, Chinakhov has participated in 175 games, missing 109 due to injuries, including 40 games last season because of a back issue. After making his return to the lineup on March 4, he found himself as a healthy scratch in 12 of the last 17 games. He concluded the season with 7 goals, 8 assists, totaling 15 points, and a -6 rating over 30 games. When he returned, he was not the Chinakhov we had anticipated, and he ended up being a healthy scratch towards the end of the season, Waddell remarked. This is a common occurrence for players. He struggled to cope with that situation. Waddell emphasized that Barbayev's public statement does not alter his stance or increase the urgency to trade Chinakhov. While he refrained from revealing the asking price, it has been evident throughout the summer that the Blue Jackets are looking for immediate roster assistance rather than future prospects. "I disregard the public post," Waddell stated. "I will continue discussions with teams. However, Barbayev's public comments will not shift my perspective. I need to ensure we receive the right value. This depends on the number of interested teams and their willingness to pay. I can set any asking price, but what truly matters is the market. If the market does not meet our expectations, he will remain a Blue Jacket." Waddell anticipates that Chinakhov, should he stay with the Blue Jackets, will report to training camp in 2 months ready to compete. He underwent a procedure for his lingering back injury last season during the Four Nations face-off, and has entered the off-season with a clean bill of health, according to Waddell. "He will definitely be at camp," Waddell affirmed. "He is under contract, earning over $2 million. I have encountered similar situations before. If he returns and states, 'My agent sought a different opportunity for me, but I am here and will give my all,' it usually does not become an issue if the player arrives with the right mindset. Photo, Bruce Bennett, Getty Images. Aaron Portzline is a senior writer for The Athletic NHL, based in Columbus, Ohio. With over 30 years of experience in sports journalism, he has received numerous national and state accolades as a reporter for the Columbus Dispatch. Additionally, Aaron has frequently contributed to the NHL Network and the Hockey News, among other platforms. Follow Aaron on Twitter @Portzline.